Greetings, everyone. This is Elizabeth. How is everyone doing? Why are we not playing? Because, yeah. Oh, you guys. Hey, where's my chatty chatters? There you are. We have a Craft by Jay. Hello. Come on. There we go. Mr. Jim Eber, how are you doing, sir? Like, are you feeling okay? He just had a hip replacement surgery. Oh, you know what? I don't need to listen to myself. Let me turn that down. T, not afraid of color. She says, ooh, ECR 5 away from 1,000. I know, slowly creeping up on there. So if you like what you see, gotta hit the bell. And gotta subscribe. Then hit the bell. And Brenda K. Hello. Cindy Decker. Hello, lovely lady. I was saying Cindy Decker. Hello, lovely lady. As I was looking at Biddy Penny, and I was gonna say Biddy Penny. Hello. Maddie, the Emptiness Scrapper. Hello. Gloria Wolf and Mary's Crafty Creations. I'm trying to knock some stuff over. Sandy Visker just popped in. So, and thank you, Miss Biddy Penny. And Pam, if Pam pops in, remind me I got to tell her thank you too. Biddy Penny did me a shout out the other day and got me some new subscribers, so I'm a little bit closer. And then Pam posted on her Facebook for her friends to subscribe, and I'm assuming that helped too, because now we're 5 away from 1,000 subbies. But today is Paper Craft Monday, and this one is going to be a little bit different. I don't know if we'll actually get a card made, but we're going to use some pattern paper and cardstock, because maybe we don't have pattern papers. I'll show you how we can make a little bit of pattern paper. So these are for individual cards. So if you don't have a lot of paper and you need to be kind of frugal, we can build a card with one piece of paper. And I'm going to show that. I probably won't use all of the colors, but I had to pull me some green. Had to get some yellow for my yellow friends, and we got a little piece of purple, a pinkish color, another pinkish reddish, I don't even know, and like a bluey purpley combo. So we'll go through those. Yeah, and so I pulled out some embossing folders because I wasn't sure. I just grabbed a handful. And, oh, look, we even got some eggs in there. Easter's coming. This will be fun. And then I pulled out some of, I haven't used them in a long time, but they're some of my favorite background stamps. Now, some stamps come already decked out, fully background. Like, you stamp them, you have a background. But sometimes you don't have a stamp like this, so all you need is a variety of stamps, like a little floral, a little filigree, some little splatters, and splatters you can make with actual splatters, but you can, in essence, create something like this. Now, these are Spellbinders. They're the creators of the House Mouse. See, I had some House Mouse. This little guy, look at that little guy. I think I got these at Hobby Lobby or on sale somewhere. You know what? I think I got these ones on sale somewhere, and then I got these ones at Hobby Lobby. Look at, aren't they just the cutest little guys? I know. For all of you that don't like rats and mice, I'm sorry. You're broken. And I gotta find a better storage solution for these, because these do not peel off of this. Like, I don't know, this plasticky stuff is like totally stuck to this, and I don't know, there's something going on. But I don't particularly like this plasticky stuff. I don't know, it doesn't work for me. And here's my other Stampendous. This one is my bubbly one. But, yeah. It's just a nice, fabulous. Works just like red rubber, only gray. Because, you know, everybody's got to stand out a little bit. But there's another one. Those cute little bumblebees. Pulling that little Monica mouse. 50 days till Easter. What is that word? Frugal? Yep. John the Crafty Visage. Hello, hello, lovely lady. Okay. So we might have some stamps on hand where we can create this. Even stencils. I'm sure we all have some form of bubble stencil, whatnot. Even bubble wrap. Like, you can take bubble wrap and dab it into your ink pad and get splotchies very similar to this. Scripty fonts. Again, more bubbly stuff. And it's just not stamped perfectly. See, it's all grungy. You can't read anything. But that's what we're working with. And before we get started, you guys, I'm so excited. Love the house mouse with bees. Yeah. So, I'm on a no spend, but I did spend. But it wasn't my money, so does it even count? Well, it is my money, but it's not my money. So, usually when I buy stuff, it's with my hubby's money, because he's the one that works and makes all the money. And then, all the donations, tips, donations, however you want to call it, and when you guys use my affiliate link, gives me some money. And I don't expect it, but when it comes in, it's a nice little thing. And I had some come in, and then Scrapbook.com put their version of the stadium stair thingy on a nice super sale. It was like 10 bucks. Now, on Amazon, because I was in debate, because I want some for my lunar paste. However, the Scrapbook.com one does not fit the lunar paste. It does not fit. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Scrapbook.com's does not fit these. However, they fit the spray stains. Ooh, but not quite these fatty ones. The Technique junky fatty ones, but you know what? I'm not ashamed to give it a little shove down in there. You know, because I only have like 2 of these. So the measurements are very thin. I actually did post on my on Facebook. I don't know where I posted it, but yeah. So I did pick up this with my crowdfunding. With my crowdfunding. Lovely supporters of the channel, you know, monetary supporters, just blow me away, let me tell you. But I did get this, and I was kind of, well, I'll be sad I don't have a home for these, but I will. And you guys, that's what I'm working on. So I did get this, and because I had a little bit money left over, I got some paper pads. I know I don't need them, but wait till you guys see these. Woo! Just wait. So I'm going to be reorganizing my area, and I've started some filming because, you guys, I purchased... my last purchase of 2023, I purchased the Scrapbook.com ink pad holders, which also, if you're interested, double. These A2 size fit in there like perfectly. You can get 2 per slot. Just saying. But see, they're plain Jane white. I've got some video footage. It's a process because I gotta let stuff dry. There's some footage coming of this, okay, and how we decorated this, but look at, Oh, isn't that just yummy? Was watching a crafty YouTuber today, and she used the word swoon. So that is my swoon right there. And then so this is the tops, and I know you guys, let's see if I can get this up just a little bit higher, but I need 6 of these, right? I need 6 of these to hold all my inks. And I think when it's all said and done, I'll be able to put my lunar paste on top in a little doodad. Not too high stacky because I do use them, but so I'll be able to display them on top of my inks. So I'll get to look at them all the time. So I'm super excited about that. So keep an eye out. It is going to be a little bit because I've got to finish. I've got to do the insides too. Well, and I'm debating because these are going to be butted up. So you're not really going to see those. So, but I definitely have to do the tops and this part down here. And then I got to seal them. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. And I wanted to show you because aren't they gorgeous? Oh, I love it. I love it. And I had to share because I love it so much. And then we have Happy Mail. You guys, don't be stealing her address. I know it was leaning that way. Ciao. Hello, hello. I have 2 of them, but I don't like them for ink pads. I keep knocking it off. Oh no. But yeah, it does. It holds the 4 1/4 by 8, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 little sheets. Look at this. I got the rainbow pack, you guys. The glitter rainbow pack. And it's a no shed. Ugh. And then I got Daybreak. Look at those colors. Nice deep dreamy colors. I don't know. I don't know. This purple is just really nice purple. I feel like it's missing a color though. Oh no. Okay. So yeah, it is slightly, I know I should probably just open it, but I ain't got time for that. So yeah, it is slightly darker. Oh, look at that. Ask and you shall receive. So yeah, there's the 2 purples. Aren't they just pretty though? And then they have this creamy, dreamy team. This buttery yellow. And that gray. I don't know. It just spoke to me. And that is the Daybreak. And then Easter spring is coming. So I did get this guy. He's a double-sided little strawberry pits. But yeah, I did get this one, Valentine's. I think this one will be really cute for the next few months. And you know what? We might make this a use the whole thing kind of adventure. See if we can bust out the whole thing. And we'll mix and match it with papers I already own. Because why not? But this card is from Mary Alice. And I am looking for, where's my open air? Mary Crafty says she needs more of that one because she has it and it's almost gone. So yeah, and that's scrapbook.com. And if you guys are not on a no buy or you're saving it up, you know, you can put these things in your wish list. You can mark them with the like heart button or whatever it is that they use. Oh my god, look at that. Squirreled. Oh, that is just, that's, ooh, I love that. It's just a beautiful shades of green. Green, almost brownish. Probably because there is a little bit of tan in there, but oh, that's dreamy. You can mark them and put them in your want list. Make yourself a little note where you're wanting to go shopping after your no buy, and then set yourself a limit. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, happy Halloween. I love that. Oh my gosh. I want this. Whatever is this? This is a stencil. This is a stencil. There are little skulls in there. This is foil and black texture paste. I need this. Mary Alice, I need this. Where? Oh my goodness, look at that. Look, don't read my stuff, but look at the stencil. It's a skull with a crown. But this, so she stenciled it, right? And then, I don't even know how she did that in reverse. But she texture pasted the reverse of it. I don't even know. Okay, so no, the stencil does the reverse. The stencil does this, and then she just inked in the centers. Okay, that's what threw me off, because there was like ink in the middle. So she stenciled this bit with like a black texture paste and then foiled it. Isn't that just... It's just fabulous. It's just freaking fabulous. Miss Pam, she's got her nagging cough still. Oh, still coughing. Have you tried some, I don't know if you like pineapple juice, but pineapple juice, I don't know what's in it, but it helps against tickles and stuff in your throat. My aunt has a chronic cough. They're not sure what's causing it, but she started drinking pineapple juice, and her cough is hardly noticeable. But yeah, so that's gorgeous. It's amazing what crafty people do. But amazing too, like this whole card thingy, right? She made this. She made her little envelope, and then it's fun. She got a stamp that kind of blends in, but then this is just like a sticker tag for the address and stuff. So that's pretty awesome. And yes, that's my address. If you want to send me Happy Mail, I'll drool on it. Try not to drool on it too much. But yeah, this is from Mary Alice, and it's Happy Halloween. It's like Valentine's Halloween for all you creepy friends out there. Oh, it's too acidic for your reflex. Well, I'm sorry about that. But so thank you, Miss Mary Alice, for that. I love it. Hopefully you watch this and go, yeah, she liked it. But I've got some texture paste out. This is why I need new storage, because I have to go digging. I have to dig. I don't like digging. Digging is not fun. But let's pull the yellow. You know what? I'm feeling a little yellowy. Only because. And then we're going to do this one because it's got those beautiful flowers. And then we're going to do, I gotta find a little bit better storage solution for these type. House or Stampinists might get their own bin or something. Okay, so we're gonna grab our stamp wheel, because I found that the stamp wheel and red rubber go together quite nicely. I don't know what it is, but it works together really nicely. We're gonna chop down our paper because I do work on a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we're gonna go down to 4 1/4. 4 1/4. That'll just go back into my scrappy bin. And then we're going to go 5 1/2. Okay. So these nice little chunks we can use for another project. we get our paper. So you guys are like, we want to make some fun paper, but we're on a budget. We're going to use what we have. So we're going to set that in the center. Okay, why is everything so slidey? Set that in the center. Okay. Now I'm leaving my stick mat. My stick mat is still in there, even though when I put my red rubber on and we put our stamp wheel lid on, it's up a little bit. Okay. See, it does not fall into the holes exactly like it's supposed to. Oddly enough, that's okay. Okay, it's not a big deal. So we're gonna decide. I want more of this open space, so I'm gonna slide that over just a little bit. We're gonna work with it like that. We're going to put we're gonna make ourselves a hinge. We're gonna put the two bottom pieces in, push down, pick it up, just like so. I don't want black. I don't want black, but I want a darkish color. So at this point you can do Weeping Willow. I'm actually going to do Shady, because gray, well, both of them, gray and brown, go with everything. Just know that. Okay, gray and brown go with everything. So no matter what color paper you're using, it's going to be fabulous. And I just inked the whole thing because why not? So we're going to put this right back on here in our little hingey method. Okay, pin that down, slap that down, and then press. Okay, look at that. Isn't that, we just made paper. I mean, one little stamp and we made a textured piece of paper. And this is a pre-made. Now this one's got some text in it, which we could also do because Simon Hurley just came out with this, right? So for this piece of texture, I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of orange. Okay. And again, we don't want it perfect, but I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. And we're gonna just do that. Okay, so I gave it two areas, and that was it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not in the mood to read it. Okay, but we just added another layer of texture. We can be done. You can definitely add more, but I think we'll be done. And we're gonna clean this up. And just like that, we've made a mess. Just like that, we've made a mess. We've made a textured piece of paper. Put that over that so I don't get my paper wet. We're gonna do that. I thought K is VE used my metallic paint once. Yeah, I can't read this. I know some of the words are very legible. I don't know. I don't know. Judy! So just like that, and just like that, we have textured fun paper. Now we can see, look at that, just a little bit of water and wipey wipe. Yeah, it is just pretty script, and it is absolutely lovely. And if you're stamping it perfectly, it is a nice perfect. And if you rock it like I did, apparently, it is still really pretty. Okay, so we're going to set this aside. We'll be bringing it back, though, so we don't want to bury it. So we'll put you guys down below. Now, the next thing, right, we have pattern paper. Maybe we had a piece of this that we made, and we're like, oh, I don't know what we want to do with it. Well, then let us emboss it. Sorry, I forgot to put that on Do Not Disturb. Do not disturb me. Hey, what happened? I lost you guys. Get back. Come back. Yeah, Simon said it was unreadable. Yeah, I mean, some of the letters you can read like they, them, I, and stuff like that, but yeah. So, I'm gonna go with, you know what? I think we're gonna do these butterflies. So, we're gonna use this Doris butterfly one. And we're gonna plop this in here. Like so. And we're gonna try and remember our sandwich. Because these ones are the skinnier ones. I think it's 2 B plates. Not a C. I need a B. B, 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 B. That's the metal. That's C. Where's your plate at? There you are. Okay. So let us see what we get with 2 B's. And I don't think that is strong enough. So let us grab this guy. That might have worked. Find out here. Let's do that again. Get in there. Okay. Let's see if we got that. Oh yeah. So that helped. So we have just embossed it, but it's hard to see. We know that there's something there, but we don't know what. Okay. Probably leave that right there. And then we're going to go into our crafting crafting embroidery thingies. This one is leaving like little black residue. Let's try the pink one. And let me put it on here. That's leaving a pink residue. That's too funny. And you just leave the embroidery. Your sander, make sure your sander's flat. See, I'm not even sanding my plate, but having it up allows me to do that. Okay. So this particular one, it doesn't let it shine as well as we'd like. So we tried something. It wasn't exactly what we wanted. It would probably definitely show up if this was like a plum deep dark purple or a deep dark blue and the core was white and we sanded to reveal some white. Okay. But RC's a pretty thin one. Okay. For my cuddle bug, I used 2 B plates and the metal shim from the Gemini Junior. I got the Gemini Junior a new metal shim because I was reading that you're actually not supposed to cut into the metal shim. I don't know. But, so I got the Gemini a new metal shim. So now this is the Cuddlebug shim. So, yeah, if you don't have the metal shim, I would put maybe 100 pound or 110 cardstock in there. Something rather thick. And then send that through. And that is for the super thin Derice. You know, here, let me try this real quick. Just for you. I'm going to try an ABC combo. We'll see if the C plate, because the C plate's a little bit thicker than a B plate. So we're going to set this in there, and I'll see for you if my machine, no. So the C plate, I don't know if you can see this, it just, it's buckling, so definitely 2 B plates and the metal shim for that one, so that you don't wreck your machine. And then that runs through it runs through rather smoothly, so I do, you know, back and forth, and then it did pretty good. So hopefully that helps. 2 Bs and a shim, and in my case my shim is my metal, that metal cut plate. Get this put back in here, set you down there, put my C plate away, C plate, get you right there. So this is what we're working with, and we saw it didn't pop up, so what we have still options. Now, some fun things you can do is you can paint, right? You can actually paint inside. Let's see. I mean, you could take the time and paint in there. Let's do a little purple. So I'm going to take a little bit of purple. We're just going to get our water brush, and I'm just going to paint. Maybe get some water going. Here we go. So you can put this, because then you have that little guide, right? You could just stay inside the raised area. Okay, just like so. And it doesn't matter what's underneath. Okay, even if the ink below is water reactive, if I react it a little bit, it'll just make it neater. Okay, and then we can use our one that we can see clearly, like right here is another petal. It is a little bit hard to see. Crystal, hello, how are you doing? So there's that. So you can go in and identify areas just by painting them. Okay. Then the other thing you could do, or even and, I mean, you don't even have to do and ors. It could be and, not ors. I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. Let's see, we're gonna try, let's do shady. We use shady ink. Let's use shady this, you guys. And I'm giving examples. Again, we're not doing, I don't need to do a card. Okay, I don't need to do a card. I make cards all the time. But for you guys that want to see different techniques and stuff to use your pattern paper or make pattern paper, in this particular case, we're making a little bit of pattern paper. So I get a little bit of the paste on, I swirl it around, and then we're just going to drag it across. Okay. And we want it super thin because we don't necessarily want it all over the card. But this does have big areas, so you just got to kind of remember that it will go in. So we're going to do it nice. And look at that. And then all I got to do is go in and paint that. Isn't that pretty? But then it's got that, gosh, that's a good one. That was a good choice. Sometimes I amaze myself. Like, who'd have thought that would have gone so nicely? But yeah, I can paint right over all of these areas that I don't particularly like. And you can paint with your paste. Okay, so this is kind of dry. You can reactivate it a little. Okay, maybe I want this little butterfly a little bit more on the gray side, like so. So I can go in and paint that mica stuff right in there. Just like so. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? So pretty, pretty. So just like paint, if you thin it out, or watercolors, this is very transparent the thinner you get your lunar paste. Okay, but you can paint with lunar paste and it will still have a little bit of mica in there. It won't have it as much as direct contact, you know what I mean? But it will still be fabulous. Ooh, let's get that cleaned up. So, background grunginess, embossing folder, use up your papers. Now this one was a plain yellow and we made it into a pattern paper. So let's go into this green one. That already has a pattern in it. This is how this one came. It came with the texture and it came with this. Now, if you're like, well, how would you recreate this? So for me, I would try first getting a fun stencil, because this kind of looks like a stencil, right? I would put ink down on your paper, put the stencil over it, and then get it wet. Not with another color, but with water. And then with your stencil still down, maybe your rag is wet and you stamp some water in the stencil, and then you're going to pull out these areas and then get a stamp and stamp it in a similar color family over the top of it. But yeah, that's kind of what I would do if I were to try to recreate this, is do water lifting for that. But you can tell this is drawn and it's just really pretty. But we're going to chop this down. Oh, cool. Okay, so we're going to do 4 1/4. I really want to use this end, but the corner's kind of bent. So I'm going to cut the corner off here. We're going to put this on here. We're going to go to 4 1/4. A good and nice chunk that we can use at another date. And then I want to use this end here. So I need to do 5 1/2. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now these pieces you can save to make Franken paper. Okay. So we'll put those over there. I just put them in my green bin right there. So there's those, or that. So we have this nice paper and we want to do something fun with it. So, you know what? I think this one would be really pretty. So, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little bit different. And we're going to move fast. We're going to move fast. Move at the speed of light. We're going to get refined copper. Okay. Get some refined copper. And we're going to get it on this, like so. I don't know. And then, oh, you know what? I just did this in, okay. put it on there. I didn't have my machine ready, so hopefully it doesn't dry out as I'm rushing to my machine. Come on. Don't dry on me, lunar paste. We're going to send that through. Bring it back out. Okay, let's see. Did we do it? I don't know. It might have dried. Hopefully. Let's cross our fingers. Okay, let's peel. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. That is ready for a sentiment, and it is ready to go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So wonderful. Mary's walking the dog. Oh. Just checking to see if I missed any comments while you guys kind of drool over that. Yeah, because... yeah, Gloria. Gloria says, I can put one B plate in, and I have a thin self-healing mat I cut up when I emboss. Almost every folder I use has a different sandwich. Yeah. Different companies, even in the particular companies, you know, you have your 3D, your thin, and all that stuff. But, yeah. Doris and Park Lane are pretty much similar. But, okay. So, and all you got to do with this before it dries, let's put our lid on, because, you know, air is our enemy. We just get that wet. We're going to grab our little scrubby, our little kitchen scrubber that we've brought into the craft room, because we like to do that, repurpose things. But to be fair, this has always been in my craft room. Okay. And then you can run a blank sheet through just to make sure that we got everything. But that's it, you guys. Look at that. Easy peasy. And that card, this, you put a little ribbon around it. You put a little sentiment, a little flag. Honestly, I would do like a little flag down. That would be kind of cute. Some buttons or whatever on there. And this is ready to go. And this is super thin old paper before they started making them super thick. So definitely have fun with that. Let's do that again, because I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot of fun. Let's do that. How does that sound? That sounds pitchy. So I want to make sure that I cut this way. So we're gonna do our 4 1/4 this way, and we're gonna cut this little rubbery piece off. Wait, yes, yeah. So we're gonna go 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then again, I got a piece for some Franken paper. I got a sentiment backer if I want to put a sentiment on there. You know, a white piece and just back it. You're the button. Yeah, that one big flower would be pretty nice with a button on it. Mary's back from walking the doggy. Thank you, Cindy and Maddie. Okay, so we have this, let us, and here, what I did with the lunar paste, you can totally do with your inks. And if you're not sure how it works, you know, which side you should be inking, Try them both. It's just paper. Get you some white cardstock, ink this side, smoosh it, run it through. Get you ink this side, smoosh it, run it through, and then make a note. You know, this is what happens if we ink the divots. Okay, so this part goes in. So if we ink this, okay, all of this is going to get inky. Okay, and that's, I like this one. So we're going to do that again, and we're going to do that one in Love Struck, because that's new. And it's beautiful. Let me clean this a little. So I'm taking my little sponge and I'm just smashing it up here. Okay, because I can clean my desk later. And I'm not going to be too mad if they blend a little. Oh, look at that. It's got a pink mica in it. You guys can't even look because I'm drooling over it. But yeah. So you just put a little bit down. Definitely don't need that much. So we get a little bit of that down. We're going to stamper. Okay. Get it rolling kind of smooth, and then just go right over the top of this. And then I'm gonna get a little bit more pink up in that area. Get that rolling in there. Shut that, close that. Get all of our things up here, because of course. And then sandwich that in there. Get that in there, roll it on through to the other side, and for mine I'm going to send it back through just so I know I get a good coverage. Oh no, I don't even know how to open it. Please don't stick. Oh, look at that. So we have the patterned paper in there, and then we have this lovely pinky red shimmer going on. It's a little harder to see on this one. Pardon me while I look. Okay, it kind of blends in with this paper a little bit much, so it's not as noticeable, the shine, but if you turn it, you can see that it turns pink. It's kind of interesting, but that is that. And we're gonna go ahead and let's do this. I just have a feeling about this one. I feel like, oh come on, quit sticking to my desk. I have a feeling about this one. I feel like I need to do this again. Do I have another piece of... No, I don't. Let me just cut a couple panels really quick. This feels like my heavier 80-pound accent opaque, which is fine. Okay, let me put these over here because I just need one of you. Okay, so we're gonna do this again. And I don't want it inside the flower too much, or do I? I don't even know. Let's just cake it in there and see what happens. Okay. I don't know. And we're going to set that in there. We're going to set that in there. And then we're going to go with our sandwich. Well, I did something wrong. That got smooshed in there. I think I had it, the metal, this plate was a little crooked or something. But, yeah. I don't know. It's very grungy and cool. I like how this happened. That happened, but that was because there was paste really deep in the thingies. Don't mind me. I got more where it came from, right? Well, sort of. There's more in the jar. So let me pounce that in there. I just have, I don't know. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked here, but I really want to know what all is going on here. So we're going to close that. We're going to make sure we don't muck up our sandwich. And my sandwich might be tight because, no, because it was off a little. Okay. I just warped that guy a little bit. My bad. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I like that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Love Struck is definitely more lovely in the thicker application. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And for this, I'm not going to lie. I would rip it across the bottom and then rip it across here and then put it on a card. Well, look at that. So if you're having a play with some lunar paste, have some white cardstock handy. Because this happens. Squirrel! We get squirreled. We get squirreled so easy. So let's go back to where what started that. We started here, okay, just to show you that you can use your pattern paper, you can emboss it, and do some different techniques with your embossing embossing folders. Also, if you have a stamp that looks like this, emboss it with embossing powder. Okay, so anything that you see that we're doing and you're kind of like, well, kind of think outside the box. Like, this looks like a stamp, and we could totally just do a stamped image over our pattern paper and emboss it. But I'm loving that one. Look at that. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that. And this one's fun too. I like how my little swirly, but these are dry. I'm not sure about this one. I don't want to touch this one because it's a little thick right there. I would like to see the lunar paste on the uprise side so it goes into the pattern. Okay, we can do that. Let me clean this guy out and yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just stuck on that one. That one's so nice, but this is our goal, texturing patterns. So we'll work with this one next. No, we'll do purple. We'll do purple with purple. Ooh. Let's pull that out. Okay, so let's get this cleaned up. Okay. Get these little scragglers into the waste bin there. Put our Love Struck away. Okay, so again, clean up. All we're gonna do, we're gonna hose it down. And if yours is dried a little bit too quickly, take it to the kitchen sink. Get some warm water running. Get you a little silicone scrubby. You can get these on Amazon. I bought a whole bunch and gave a bunch away just because they were hella cheap. You know, if you have some friends that, you know, you're like, hey, I bought you a scrubby. You know, it's not to say that you're dirty or anything, but I had a good deal. And I only needed a couple. You know, buy them for your friends too. But you could use an old toothbrush, maybe a pot scrubber, you know, something that's not too abrasive. You don't want it to ruin your folders. Now, the other thing is these are, where's that at? These are non-porous, right? So the lunar paste, it's not going to stick forever. You'll be able to get it up. And I've got this red everywhere. I even have purple. Don't even ask. I don't even know. But yeah, it'll come clean. And if you're not sure, because like I've got a little bit going on in there, we could run it through with a blank sheet of paper a couple times. Now, so like that is dry, right? It's like super dry. But we can reactivate it if it's thin enough, okay? If it's thin enough, you can reactivate it to a point. Because see here, we've got clumpies. Okay, we've got clumpies. Now the fun thing about these clumpies is that they're wet, right? Do I have just, well, I don't. Let's just use this. Okay, you can pick up those clumpies a little bit and they're gonna leave weirdness on your paper. Okay, you can push and pull and you can pick up those clumpies. So if you really want some weird distressing going on, you can pick up your clumpies. Okay, and if you're not into grunge and you're like, no, no lady, no, you can get yourself a straight razor. I think that's what those are called. Get your glass mat wet. Okay, it works better if it's wet. I don't know about the science of it, but it just works better if you get everything wet and just ta-da. Okay, I don't know what it is. The water just helps everything glide right off of there and you are golden, good to go. Wipe your little doodad, close it back up, stick it on your magnet. Yeah, I have a magnet for mine. Waste not, want not. Absolutely. And then you're like, okay, so I have a scrubber. And yeah, you can, it's great texture. You can dab this in ink and make tiny dots. How do I know? Because I've done it. So your scrubber is a twofer in your craft room. It's a cleaning tool and a mark making tool. Just so you know. Pick up your clumpies. Code for something, yes. Okay, so we're gonna pull out, we're gonna make our patterned paper, or you know, maybe it's not the prettiest purple in your purple collection. We have that. We have those ugly papers. We have them. Just ink them up. Just ink them up and see what happens. So let's do, I have this big rose one. I think that'll be fun. Let me trim this down because that's how I roll. I roll in the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I don't even know. Let's do this one, 4 1/4. Everything's crooked on this piece of paper. We're gonna go 4 1/4, and then we're gonna go 5 1/2. Okay. Then we have Franken paper, leave over. I don't save these. That one goes in the garbage, but this will go back in the purple bin. Okay. So what Pam and Maddie had asked, so we were doing the top where everything dips in. This is the part where everything shoves into the paper. So these raised bits are what shove into the paper, okay, and make the valleys, okay. So the worded part on Doris, now most of them are like Doris, some of them are not, so just kind of keep that in mind. So we've put the paper in, we've closed it, we've opened it, and this upper part gives us the raised area, okay. If we flip it over, the part that's got a lot of raised areas shoves into the paper and gives us the dips, okay. So we have our valleys on the back side and our mountains on the front side. So on these ones, we put the texture paste on the mountain side, right? This is the side, it's the mountain's the side. Now we're gonna do it on the other side. So we're gonna do it with this one, okay? We're gonna put all of that lovely ink on this end. This is still pretty wet though. Let me get a different one. We're gonna use a new foamy. Okay, Doris is actually an old company, and I think they got bought out and weeded out. If you find their brand, usually it's on sale because nobody's carrying it anymore. But I think a few products that they used to carry are still around, but not many. Some of my Doris ones I got for 25 cents because they were clearancing them out after they got bought out. So yeah, it's unfortunate though because they had good quality at an affordable price. Oh, now this is a pretty purple. This is not. Just saying. Look at that. Ooh. Look at that. Now this one is not as runny as the Love Struck. This is Crown Me. Look at, I'm all playing in it. You guys can't even see. This is Crown Me. It is uber pretty. I love this. But we're gonna take this like so. I know I don't need that much, you guys, but you know, I've had it forever. And then, as I was saying, this is a little bit thicker than my Love Struck because I've had it longer. Opening and closing it causes it to get air in there. And so yeah. We're gonna try and go a little bit quick here. And this particular one, I'm purposely leaving little thick areas. I don't know if you can see that, but I've got some super thick areas in there. So we're just gonna close that up. We're gonna find our sandwich. Come here, sandwich. And you see me moving kind of fast because thinly spread lunar paste dries fast. And we don't want it to dry to our paper. Okay, I'm actually going to do that again. It will dry to the paper really quickly. So here's the raised side. And here's our valley side. Oh, look at that. I think I could have drug even more in there. Oh, that's fabulous. Let's do that again on white because I'm out of purple. No, let's do that again on this. Please hold. That purple was really pretty. But I think we're going to 1 1/4, 5 1/2. We're going to add a little bit of water and see what happens. Sometimes, you know, water is interesting. It does stuff. So we're going to lube it up again. Pardon me. We're going to get that on there. I feel like I'm not getting enough down here. Get that down there. We're going to give a light mist. We're going to make sure our pattern paper is upside down to catch all of that yummy goodness. And then we're going through the machine. Okay. Okay. Woo. Ooh, that's interesting. But we've actually put ink into the valleys, like letter pressing, if you can think of it like that. But dragging that ink in there to be kind of thick is just kind of interesting. I'm going to do this since we're here. Where's my scrubby? Scrubby! I need you. Come here. We're gonna loosen this up a little bit. Because why not? Gonna loosen it up a little bit. We're gonna stick our weird little textury bit of goodness that we made. We're gonna put that like that. My nose is really itchy. Flipping allergies. Leave me alone, that would be nice. This is feeling very thin, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of cardstock in there. Just to give it an extra bit of smush. Okay. Ooh. We got a lot of the color out of there. Look at that. Oh, that's kind of neat. Yeah, I don't know. I like that. But that was doing some cleanup, getting that inky stuff in there. Oh my goodness, look at that. We're going to go ahead and run it through one more time. Very light misting, a little bit of scrubbing, a little bit going on right there. I don't know, transfer from the other piece. A little piece there, a little piece there. Get that in there, get that in there. Get our little sandwich in there. Run it through just a couple of times because, like I said, it feels a little thin. There we go. So that was the first big cleanup and then our second cleanup. Okay, very, very fun and unique. It'll be different every single time because you can't get the paste to act the same way every time. Sorry, my nose is... I've got bad allergies, and sometimes it feels like something's there and there's nothing there, and it itches so bad, and I just want to rip it off my face. Although, I will say I would rather have this itchy nose than itchy eyeballs. Because when my eyeballs itch, I can't function. I laid on a couch for 2 days with itchy eyeballs. With rag, eye drops, That's when we lived up in Washington, and oh my gosh, it was no bueno. So we're just gonna give this a little scrubby dubby. Get this in there, really working that. And you might need to give it a soak if it dried too much, like mine dried. Oops, mine dried. I'm not gonna lie, it dried. I played around with it too much and it dried up. But it, like I said, it's a non-porous surface. If you just give it a little workout, okay? Can you see how it's kind of purpley there? And then, no, you can't. You can't see anything. Let's try this again. See, it's really clean right here, and then we got our purpley specks right there. It will clean out. You just may need to take a little extra time if you've let it dry a little too much. Okay, but it won't affect the performance aside from leaving specks on your paper. So you might want to try running a rando piece of paper through there or something, or just take it down to your kitchen sink and get your gentle pot scrubber, you know, the little bristly guy, and then work with those little tootsies in there. But yeah, so I'll have to clean that one better. Don't judge me. And see, this, it's almost dry already. This is definitely a hot mess. Did I already use all 4 of those papers? Well, we did use this and didn't do anything with it. So let's do a little bit of a cleanup on that. So that was nice. That turned out really nice. Look at that. So I just used my embossed paper and went and cleaned up that paste. Now I could smooth some of that out because it's not what I like right there. But yeah, look at that. Oh, I like that. And then we can go over this and watercolor it. You can watercolor over this. I mean, the purple will still be the dominant. So whatever you put on over it, you want to make sure they look good together. But yeah, you can totally go in. But see that? We hardly had any waste. But you see me go into these pastes, and it seemed like I pulled out so much, but I didn't. It's very little waste if you're a little bit thoughtful about it. If you're gonna have your paste out, have it out for a little bit. Get a couple of things done, because every time you open your container, you're letting the air in. So while you're letting the air in, pull out the creativity, okay? Get that creativity pulled out. I need to throw that in the dirty clothes because all I'm doing is making more of a mess. So let's see what we did today. Make sure, where did I put everybody? I don't know. They're just everywhere. So pattern paper Monday. So what we've done today is showed you can make your own pattern paper, emboss it, and then depending on the color of the paper, if it's a dark enough paper and the white will stand out, you can use an emery board or a sanding to sand the edges. This paper wasn't dark enough for that technique, so we took shady lunar paste, very thinly, very lightly drug it over the top. And then in a couple of areas, we did use it as a little paint. We then used a little ink and tinted that little flower. So this one could be a work in progress. I'll go through and add some more color to it maybe. It is going to go into my box. We'll see this in the future. This one here, see these ones. This one here, we put the refined copper lunar paste into the folder. The upper folder where we get the mountains. So this one, we have the bumps. It's the mountains. Okay, same here. This one, we put Love Struck on some pink stripities, which unfortunately was a bad choice for me. I should have probably picked like a really red piece of paper, a solid piece of paper, because the shift on the Love Struck, it almost matches the lighter color of this cardstock, so it does get lost. So we lose that shimmer. So just know if you're working on something and you're like, where's my shimmer? It's in there. It just got ate up by the background. So that can happen. But again, we have the mountainside getting our embossing folder. Okay. Here we are again. Now this piece here shimmers really nicely. This one here, all of this, it's just, I wish you guys could see it in person. It does, it's pretty neat. Okay, it makes the paper look glossy with this thinly as it's put on there. It just makes it look glossy. It's kind of cool. And then this one. I had a feeling if we caked it up, like here, like it got stuck in here, if we caked it up, I think it, and I was right, it would give us some neat stuff. So I just stayed in this area with our little brush and just caked it in there and dabbed it in so that it would make texture and stuff. And you can see the little dabby, you know, because when you push and pull, it makes like this little suction and it gives you these cute little textury bits. But it looks like multiple colors. This looks dark compared to this, but it's the same color. Isn't that just fascinating? It's absolutely gorgeous. I really liked how that one turned out. And then we did, because we had a cleanup, we just cleaned up with a piece that we embossed. And we can add more color, more texture. These are just little starting points. You could throw a ribbon around this, put a little tag on there. This could be good to go. I personally will probably add some stuff to it. I'm going to go ahead and put it back there with that one. And then we moved on to our rose. Now our rose, we did the back side. So these all were our mountains and these are the valleys. So this is the other side of our embossing. And we did just scrape it or rub it on and pull it. No water, no nothing. Just rub the color onto the plate and pull it. And this, again, I wish you guys, this, you can kind of see how it catches right there. But the Crown Me paste is absolutely gorgeous. The shimmer in these deep, thicker areas is just beautiful. And then we did it again on a pattern, and again we let it kind of scoop up thickly in some areas. If I could get that to work better, I totally would. I love how it just builds up in some of these areas and it just gives us that shimmer. And we've done this over just like a pinkish, I don't know, whatever pinky orangey color that is. I thought that looked pretty. And then we were cleaning our folder and we added some water to pull this. So this is a cleanup. Now these little specks is because we had some specks on the table and we pulled those. So the paper had specks and then we rolled it through. So your cleanup can give you some really interesting stuff if you're thinking think a little bit ahead. Like the colors that you're using are going to work together. Like the copper goes with everything, shady goes with everything, kind of ordeal. And then, if you guys, the shimmer in this is just, you see, Crown Me has a hint of blue iridescent in there. I don't know what it is, but it just, it's phenomenal. And then we ran it through one last time just to see if anything was left over. And then we have this. Now this one will be great for some sprays. Spray it, get it more grungy. I might even stamp over the top of that kind of thing. But yeah, so for our hour, I know I'll call it about an hour because at the beginning of the video, no, not specks. Yes, they are the clumpies. The clumpies. Blah, blah, blah. I just got sidetracked. But yeah, so you can do a lot with your pattern paper. If you don't have pattern paper, you, like I said, you can totally make your own, just like we did here. Okay, that is homemade pattern paper. And then this is just pattern paper we added some stuff to. So I hope this gets you interested in using up your pattern papers. And while you got the paste out, and you can try this with all your paste. Stencil butter, shimmery goodness. I mean, try all your paste. Try it and just see how it reacts in there. But this one, you guys, I really like this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to just try and gently rip it. So I'll probably get it wet and then gently rip it like tissue paper and then put it on black. I just think that would be really pretty on black. Ugh. But yeah, so there's those. If this inspires you to do any fun embossing techniques on pattern paper, feel free to, even if they're not fully made cards, you guys can show your work in progress. If you have questions, if you need help, you can tag me directly in your post, like, hey Elizabeth, I did this, this is what happened, and hopefully we, as in all of us, can help you get the results you want. So be sure you're a part of the Chat with Sassy's Facebook group in Facebook. Words are so hard. Chat with Sassy's Crafty Friends Facebook group. Join us there. You can post your projects and paper projects, knitting, crochet, anything crafty. That's the only criteria. It's got to be crafty or artsy, because that's kind of crafty, right? I don't know. But I thank you all so much for joining me. I will be right back here on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern doing more crafty stuff. Wednesday is the last day of January, and then we hop into February. So in February, coming up every Monday and Wednesday live at 7 p.m., the first Tuesday of February, I will be over on Debbie J's channel talking about our journals, which I've been doing okay with mine. And then the second Saturday of the month is Two Crafty Girls, and the third Saturday of the month is the Facebook private Zoom craft session. Yeah, so there you have it. Have a great day, everyone. Beautiful evening, wonderful morning, all that fun stuff. Bye-bye. Have a good night, all. Thanks, Maureen. Thanks for popping in, Maureen. I didn't even get to say hi to you.